All right, folks, welcome back. It's still me, Mr. Tuttle. Still you, whoever you are. Um, okay, so if you're watching this, that means you are ready to see what we're going to do next with this numbers as sort of turns business. Let's do some quarter turns. So I'm going to stand up again. You're going to stand up again. Okay. Here I am. Okay. Again, facing forward. This is my starting position, and I'm going to do a quarter turn. Okay. Now, what you might be asking is, well, with a quarter turn, I have to be careful about which direction because a quarter turn this way is different than a quarter turn this way. Okay. So when we say quarter turn, when we do these turns, we'll say a positive turn, a positive direction turn is we'll say clockwise. Okay. So I'm going to do a quarter turn. I'm going to do another quarter turn. Okay. I'm going to do a half turn. I remember that. Okay. I'm going to do a quarter turn followed by a quarter turn followed by another quarter turn. 1, 2, 3. Low key, there's a squirrel out here looking at me, wondering what is this man doing. Anyway, okay, one more quarter turn, and I think I've got the idea. Okay, so just like before, now we've got some questions to answer. Okay, I'm going to ask you to take a look at the questions 1, 2, 3, 4A, 4B, and 4C, and to think about how to complete this new turning table that incorporates the new turn that we're discussing. Yeah, so go ahead and pause, and I will be back once I finish drinking this LaCroix. Okay, you're back. All right, so question number 1, in terms of starting and ending position, what is the result of doing 2 quarter turns? Well, when you do 2 quarter turns, you end up looking in the half turn direction, right? In what way is doing 2 quarter turns the same as doing 1 half turn? Well, what's the same about that is you end up looking in the half turn direction, whether you do 2 quarter turns or if you just do 1 single half turn. Okay. In terms of starting and ending position, what is the result of doing 3 quarter turns? Well, okay, there's a lot of ways you might approach this question. It's kind of like it's almost like doing a negative quarter turn, right? So if instead of turning clockwise, if I did 1 quarter turn counterclockwise, I end up in that same position as if I would have done 3 clockwise quarter turns. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I'm almost confusing myself here. Yeah, so that's what I think makes sense for number 3. Okay, now the new turning table, okay, which looks like this for question number 4. Let's see. Here's our familiar, yep, HT, FT, HT, QT, QT. So, right, the new addition here is QT stands for quarter turn. Everything else is the same. Let's see if we can complete this just like we did the one with the half turns. Okay, so if you do a full turn followed by a full turn, that is a full turn. Full turn followed by a half turn, half turn. Full turn followed by a quarter turn is quarter turn. You end up looking in the quarter turn direction, right? HT, FT, that's an HT. HT, HT, that's an FT. Here, okay, this is interesting. If I do a half turn and a quarter turn, what is that? Yeah, you get a new thing, okay? There's a couple ways you could roll with this. What I've seen in the past, you could call it a negative QT because it's like a quarter turn, but you're going in the opposite direction as a positive quarter turn. Or you could call it, I've seen TQT, which is a 3/4 turn, okay? But in any event, it's a new thing, right? Okay, QT, FT, That's a QT. QT, HT, that's another one of these. So whatever you like. I think I like negative QT. Okay, and then here QT and QT, that is an HT. Okay, fantastic. All right, now we're gonna kind of play the same game as we did with the half turns, and now take a look at the regular standard multiplication table and see. Let me see here. Adjust this. Okay, get the glare off. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So let's build this multiplication table. So we said ft before was like multiplying by positive 1. It's like taking that number, that arrow, turning it completely around, and you get back to where you started. That's why any number times positive 1 gives you the same number you started with, because it's like taking something and turning it around one full turn. HT was like multiplying by negative 1, because again, when you multiply by negative 1, it turns you back into the opposite direction that you were to begin with. Okay. QT, okay, so that's new. We need a number for that. Don't know what it is. Okay. Some people put things like 1/4. Some people put, you know, I've seen lots of different things. Okay. But you decide what you think makes sense to put there. I'm just going to put a question mark for now. Do the same thing down here. That's 1, negative 1, and my QT again. Okay. And now let's fill this in. Okay. 1 times 1 is 1. This is negative 1. This times this, well, I don't really, like I said, we don't know what this is quite yet, but I know the rule for 1 is whatever you multiply by 1, you get what you started with. Okay. Here that's negative 1. Here that's positive 1. Here that's negative question mark. Here question mark. Here negative question mark. And here question mark times question mark. That's okay. Question mark squared makes sense, I suppose. But here's the thing. Let's use this table up here. Okay? Because I think that's helpful. Because everywhere we see an FT, what should we see in here? We should see a 1. Everywhere we see an HT, we should see a negative 1, which we do. If you kind of look at the form, right, to use Josie's language, the form of this and this are the same. So what is in this box? Up here, it's an HT. So this might be the thing that helps us figure out this, mystery number. HT's got to be a negative 1. So, what does that mean? That means whatever's in this box, you take whatever this number is, whatever this number is, question mark times question mark squared, has to equal negative 1. Do you know of such a number? If you do, tell me. Tell me what you think it is. Yeah. I'm going to come back later. I'm going to see what y'all think about this. I'll probably say something about this tomorrow on the Google Classroom site. I may try to generate some kind of conversation about this. We'll see. Maybe one of you watch this. Maybe 5 of you watch this. Maybe nobody watched this. I don't know. I'll never know. But I had fun making it. I hope you had fun watching it. Tell me what you think this number is. And then we'll go from there. Cheers, folks.